Entertainment. We got Erykah Badu tonight. Mama's Gun. Yo,
Yo,
we got Fullo in the building. Last week we was missing Fullo.
welcome back, my friend. Welcome back.
Fool,
Yeah.
what do? What up with you?
Nothing much, man. Just doing my thing, man. Trying to be good. That's pretty much it.
Of course, we got the Honorable K Cheddar in the building,
What up? What up? What up?
and the best.
Hell yeah. What
Hey, everybody seemed chill and relaxed. I mean, we had a chill and relaxed week, so everybody seemed a little chill, relaxed, laid back right now.
I feel like it's hard to be amped up when you listen to Erykah Badu all week long.
I
Man,
will.
It's
I'll
kind of chill.
also say, stress can cause you to relax as well, and it can also defeat you. So yeah, it's don't have a lot of energy. And I've been watching the football today. Eagles going back to the Super Bowl,
Oh,
which
word.
yeah.
It's like, I can't get mad, can't get happy. It's just one of those things where it's just like somebody gotta go if the Panthers aren't gonna go. And right now, Patrick Mahomes is beating the shit out of the Bills. So, what can
So
you say?
who the Eagles playing then?
Uh, the game's not over, but
Oh,
probably the Chiefs. It's
wow.
like, shoot. But quick shout out to Saquon Barkley because he's like amazing. Like he's really, really good at football. It's like, shoot. I always can appreciate when someone's like, hey, we're all like professional athletes. We're all professionals at this. We're all on the same level, right? And then you have like one or two guys who are just like, You're just like you guys are great at the sport, but I'm like great compared to y'all. And like today, he like showed his ass. He's going for beat the shit. He like it's very rare that you see a running back beat the shit out of a whole team. And he's done it like 3 weeks in a row at this point. It's like shit.
hey, but per usual, anybody got a toast to anybody besides
True.
say, hey, toast to a week, my brother.
Toast to that window seat video. Thank you, Eric, about it.
Wow. Oh,
Appreciate it.
Oh, you know what? Speaking of which, I got some corrections to make, man. Last week I said I didn't really I wasn't really listening. I've listened to any Erykah Badu. That was apparently a lie because I'm very familiar with multiple songs on this album that I didn't realize were by Erykah Badu or that I knew. So I'd like to retract that statement I made last week.
hey,
Um,
before we get started, hey, Fullo, give us a quick Mike Jones rating.
oh yeah,
What?
Give us a
Mike
quick,
Jones. Who?
Give you a quick Mike Jones what?
give us a quick rating. Like, what'd you give it?
Like a B. Like so I started last week and I got to the album pretty fast. And then I didn't really go back to it. And then when I went back to it later on, I was kind of just like, I don't know, it's one of those nostalgic hits, so it was probably better when I was younger.
Yeah.
It was better than when I was younger, which is no shade to it. It's just one of those things where sometimes music don't hold up like over time. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't, and it's just like I guess I won't even blame Mike Jones for that. I'll just blame the fact that I feel like my like hip music taste and hip hop taste has changed like over the years. So it's like I go back and I listen to him, I'm kind of just like, this isn't as good as I thought it was when it first came out.
I don't know if you was able to go back and catch up on the show, but that's kind of what we all gave it to. But this week, quick tell we had Mama's Gun by Erykah Badu. It dropped in November of 2000, so we stayed in the 2000s for like the third or fourth week. It's the second album by Erykah Badu. It got 3 singles, which was Bag Lady, Didn't You Know, and Clever. And Rolling Stone named it a top 10 album of the 2000s. I want to say in 2020, they made like 158 out of 500 or something like that.
All right, bet.
All time. But I'm gonna be real with you. I ain't really taking notes this week. But that's everything I do. We're gonna start. Hey, Fuller, we're gonna start with you because you the one that I guess someone from your camp have sent their request in. So
You can imagine who it probably was. So if you're not familiar with Erykah Badu, I do apologize because it's like she's one of those like I don't know. Very, very rarely is an artist able to be like this unique. Like there's really no one like her. Like I realized when I was thinking about my lowlights for this album, I was like, it's kind of hard to critique Erykah Badu because she's the only one that does like Erykah Badu. Like no, she's neo soul, she's jazz, funk, all that stuff. But like as far as like her style, it's hard to like criticize because it's like, well, how can I compare her or analyze what she wanted to do on the album? So I don't have that many lowlights. I have songs I don't like, but I don't have that many lowlights because it's just like, look, man, she makes music and it's like it's always kind of felt with Erykah Badu that it's just like either you like it or you don't. If you don't, keep it moving. It's never really been one of those things where it's just like, oh, if you don't like it, oh, we gotta critically break down why you don't like it because you can't criticize the musicality. The musicality is clearly there. It's like someone not liking Robert Glasper. Robert Glasper is like one of the most like preeminent jazz musicians of our time, and it's like you probably don't really know who he is because it's one of those things where it's like if you don't listen to jazz and you don't listen to like neo soul type jazz music, it's like you can't really criticize him. It's like you know the talent's there. He's well like respected in the jazz community. You can just like it or not like it. So that's how I feel about Erykah Badu, where it's just like either you like the songs or you don't like it. I think she's immensely talented. I think that her music is legendary, and I can't wait to do this album review.
man, well, shoot, I keep the peace.
One guy you said, Robert. What was his name? I'm gonna go at him. I never heard of him.
No, I'm playing. I don't know.
Robert Glasper.
Glasper.
Like he's well, this isn't about him, but really fast note on him. He's like the jazz musician and he's like a composer. He writes, he plays basically almost every fucking instrument, he produces, he does everything, and works with a ton of jazz and neo soul musicians and R&B musicians and makes like really, really, really good music. Last thing on Erykah Badu. One thing to compliment like her uniqueness, but it's also like when if you guys have been watching for a little while, you've heard 40 use the term like I forget exactly what he says, but he's basically like, well, these people are so like, you know, new and they're so like inventive and all this other stuff. That's what she is. There really wasn't a sound before her like her. It's really not. There wasn't a sound during while she was putting on music like her, and after, still nothing. Ari Lennox is the closest thing we have, and if you listen to this album, listen to Ari Lennox album, you can tell, like you can clearly tell, like the fucking lineage, but the music's still different.
Is that like a Lennox where he kind of?
Hold on, I gotta drop a cheddar bomb. Ari Lennox was.
You gotta have like 5 quick notes since you been back. Welcome back.
Hold on.
We know you missed out.
Hold on, because this is a cheddar bomb. This is a cheddar bomb. Ari Lennox was a backup singer for Erykah Badu. Go ahead.
On this album?
No. What the fuck, Justin?
No, I was wondering. There's a lot.
Justin, how old do you think Ari Lennox is? Just ballpark.
31.
She's like 23, 24, 48.
Okay, so when she was 4 years old, she was a backup
I
singer.
mean, that's legendary status right there.
Hey,
At 4 years of being
if Blue Ivy can do it, anybody can.
Sure.
You said what?
If Blue Ivy can do it, anybody can. Well, actually, I don't know about that, but anyway.
Literally, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. All right, my bad. There you go, Woo. My bad. Let me guide you away, King. Go ahead and do. Here's your crown, King.
Appreciate it, my brother. Appreciate it, brother. Listen to this album.
Let me switch that fans up real quick.
It was funny because this album came, I would say, just in time because I've been looking for it. Didn't You Know kept playing on the radio. I heard it like 4 or 5 times like a week. I was like, every single time I heard it, I was like, I really don't remember hearing this song growing up, but this shit fire. And then I was about to, already I was gonna do a deep dive into Erykah Badu, but then this popped up. I was like, oh shit, it gives me a chance to. So I kind of spent my week listening to nothing but Erykah Badu and D'Angelo.
Her like this is not like one of my like favorite albums from her, but like her other albums are crazy. Like we had done Baduism. Oh,
Yeah, that's
what low lights? What
that,
low lights?
that's kind of why I ain't really take no notes this week because I mean everything eventually got mixed together, and I was just hey, burning incense and listening to music all week. But yeah, I've been listening to Erykah Badu for a little minute. I ain't really deep dug into an album because I mean I get what I need from singles. So she already got her classics, and everybody knows the classics. If you know a nigga named Tyrone, you know the song to go along with him. So I mean, shoot, I'm gonna pass this to 40 because I gave him a slight little cheddar bomb last week, saying this is basically the female version of Voodoo. So how you
Yeah.
feel?
No, it's actually funny. I was looking at like 2000 albums, and they did have like both of them. Like, because I forgot that Voodoo was dropped in the same time frame, so you did have like two crazy albums dropped at the same, which that happens all the time. Obviously, it's not crazy, but it is kind of cool.
You
It is kind of cool that you got. Wait, what?
You want a cheddar bomb? Since we cheddar bombed away, it was studio at the same time that Voodoo was.
Oh,
it was also getting an album or something else.
It's weird. I don't. Erykah Badu, like, sorry, I don't know why I said it like that. Erykah Badu, I lost my train of thought as I was saying. She's one of these figures in the music industry that just kind of, every time I've ever seen her be talked about, be shown on whenever they're like, oh, here's all these different artists at the Grammys, right? And like, oh, there's Erykah Badu just in the corner, right in the cut. There's always like this thing where I've never listened to her, but I could just tell that like she kind of encapsulates her own, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. There's like aura. There's aura with like certain cats where you're just like, oh, these are Hall of Famers. Like you don't like. There's people that you can kind of ask, like, who is this person? And then you look at them, you go like, nah, man, this is a Hall of Famer. Like if someone goes and points out Missy Elliott, and they've never heard any of her songs, they're just kind of like, she seems like she needs to be in this category somehow, some way. Erykah Badu has always done that, and so being able to like really listen to an album of hers, because I like during that time frame I would never pay attention to that scene at all. So kind of getting like a good sampling for it is very interesting, because then you're just like, you hear it and you go, okay, this makes complete sense. There's not one of those things where you just kind of sit here scratching your head going like, why does everyone kind of like put her in this category? But it's like, no, that makes sense. The whole aura, the whole sound, everything. Like she's one of those artists that like creates not only a sound but a style and like just almost a genre in and of itself. But no, I'm gonna go ahead and pass that because anyway, that's just crazy. I don't know. I didn't know much about her, but I've enjoyed this.
Like I said, well, I thought I didn't have much experience with it, but apparently I have had a lot of experience with Erykah Badu. I love her style, I love her music. I like kind of like what Doug was saying. I haven't really dug into any albums before, obviously, but I guess the singles is what's passed through and what's done enough for me. I will say what's funny because there's a Logic song that he's got with it's Logic and Wiz Khalifa called Indica Badu, and I never knew why it was called Indica Badu until I listened to this album and realized that it samples Didn't You Know, and I was like, oh, so that's why they call it.
This is another one of those moments, bro. This is one of those moments where it's just like, no, this is another one of those moments where it's just like, I don't know. Like, it's weird. So it's just like, it's surprising to hear someone be like, someone like 40, I get it. Because, because no, like, I mean, for real, like, culturally, like, he wasn't, he had no way of finding this music out.
No branch that connects.
But you, Cheddar, like you were like, it's weird because it's like it comes up every so often with me, you, and Woo, where it's like we're just like, yeah, we all grew up on these black shows, and Cheddar's like, nope, never seen it, never heard of it. And this is one of those things where it's just like, man, I've never listened to Erykah Badu. It's like it's almost impossible simply because of how prevalent she is. But when you're just like, I've never really given it a try. I'm just kind of like, I never really heard it before. I was just like,
yeah.
It's hard for me to understand.
Interesting
nah.
walks of life.
But nah, bro.
A geeky. It's just like comedy. Hey, but nah.
Isn't Marley Bob Marley's kid? Because I know there's Damon Marley who did the
Pretty much anybody
Welcome to Jungle.
anybody that you hear singing that's last name Marley, just go ahead and go and throw them in the Bob Marley camp.
Also,
otherwise
also,
they'll
also,
get sued for
40.
eating
I'm
crab.
gonna help you out. I'm gonna help you out. He had it multiple sons. Also, their cousins also
Yeah,
make music. So it's kind of the whole. Whenever you hear Marley, somewhere there's going to be a Marley related to Bob Marley.
you're not allowed to make it in the music business under the name Marley unless you are related. I don't
Bob Marley
know.
got 11
It's
kids.
unspoken rule that I just announced. I don't know.
You know what? It's probably because I didn't expect Bob Marley to have 11 children.
Yeah.
That was my fault.
Nobody
Or
did.
12. Apparently it's 12.
Rita especially didn't expect that.
He's Jamaican. Like, just like I'm not gonna say any more than that, but I'm not surprised.
The way that Bob Marley movie was depicted, nah, it makes a lot of sense.
Oh, shoot.
He's probably got people that don't have that Marley last name. They got that like Snow. Jamaica Snow.
Okay.
All right, so Fullo,
Say it again.
what highlights you got from this?
Okay, so I'm gonna keep it kind of short because
Dying.
this is just.
He died.
No. I'm gonna keep it kind of short because
Justin,
like.
go into the lights. Go into the lights.
Go, tell me what's on the other side.
Smell the cocoa butter.
Mine is didn't you know?
Yeah.
I had actually never heard and on. Obviously, I've heard on and on, but I've
Oh,
never
okay.
heard and on, which is it's like a restyling of on and on. Obviously, I still prefer on and on better because it's just a fucking classic. But I was surprised to like this one because typically when motherfuckers try to do this shit with their music, it doesn't work out. But didn't you know works and on works. Really liked 82,000. I don't think I'd heard that before. Like 82,000 is like really, really good for me. Bag Lady's really good, and that's about it for me. Now, that doesn't mean that the rest of shit is ass. It's just one of those things where those songs like really popped out for me. So I'm someone that I'll play Baduism, and she had this another album called New Africa something, and I'll play one or both of those at least once or twice a month. But I never really revisited this album. But Bag Lady, 82,000. 82,000 is making the playlist. That's staying downloaded. That's I really like that show a lot. What I realized about my highlights is, and I'll pass it on. What I realized about my highlights from this album is that I really like when it's like it's very easy for her to make a good song. Like if you just need a good song, like this, it's not gonna sound bad. You just need a good song. I feel like it's fairly easy for her to make it. And then every so often she'll hit this like peak on certain songs where it's just like, oh, everything's working. Like your voice is working, the lyrics is dope, the music is crazy. Like she just has this way, man, where you like Bag Lady on paper.
Hey, hold
No
hold
pun
on.
intended.
Hey, JC Marley, we had a question for you. You got Marley in your name. Are you?
All right, but I'm the one that's offensive.
JC Marley is in the comment section, and we
With your ganja in your blood. Are you related to the Marleys?
my fault.
Moving on. Moving on. But like Bag Lady, like lyrically, it shouldn't work, but she just makes it work. Also, shout Isaac Hayes up there. But no, that's pretty much it. I'll pass it on to I think it's Woo.
All right. So of course, Bag Lady, you already know that's a classic. Hold on, I got it. In Love with You, featuring Marley. Hey, JC, let us know if that's your brother.
Okay.
Okay. In Love with You, that was my joint. Of course, Didn't You Know? That kind of led the way for me with everything. And hold on, I think I had another one. Clever grew up. Those are my probably top 4. And I loved all the jazz elements, and it felt like when you pop it in, you can kind of imagine being in like a throwback juke joint where you just got a lady singing on stage with a whole jazz band behind it, and just so smooth. And since I was chilling for the latter part of this week, I mean that's kind of what I ended up doing. I turned the crib into a juke joint. You feel me? But yeah, those are my top 4. 40. You know, I
Dude.
like
Well, all right. Well, sorry, I got lost in the sauce because I might start doing this before we like every time we go and do a new album. Because I'm looking up like just their early life. Because I was trying to figure out what like if like Erykah Badu had like any like musical training like before. Because obviously he does now, but like how early did she kind of start? Because I was just because a lot of these cats that are very like musically like they have like really good grasp on things. But I randomly like the first thing that comes up is that Badu started her career by opening shows for D'Angelo, which is wild. I'm like, then
They
I'm
were
looking, then
all
like
part.
there's randomly a
They
first.
were all part of. They were all part of a collective. So it was.
Mhm.
So one, she was affiliated. She was like part, like sort of affiliated with Dungeon Family. That's how she met Andre 3000, and that's also how they had a baby. That's one. And then two, she was part of a group that was led by Bilal, Music Soul Child, Questlove, D'Angelo. Like they were all part of a musical collective.
Like,
So it's like that's why, like, when you were like, man, I didn't expect two really good albums in the same genre to drop that year. No, it was like they were literally culturally collab. It's kind of like why it's kind of like how all of Dungeon Family kind of blew up around the same time because they all it was like a hotbed where they all were just like, yo, we're all really onto something right here. Let's just start putting out music. So then you get CeeLo and you get blah 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 blah. So yeah,
Side note, I
yeah, that
didn't know
makes sense.
Music Soul Child went far that back, man. Or went that far back. First time I heard of him was Buddy.
You
That's the
know,
first time I heard of Music Soul Child.
but
Buddy.
that was like a mid
hey,
2000 song.
Oh,
That's about right.
that is around this time frame? Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, man.
and
Huh.
he just he,
He thought-
No, I'm really surprised I missed the. I'm really surprised I missed the.
yo, 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 Jen about to be like, hey guys, I'm not trying to like blow you guys' socks off, but there's this new artist named Music Soul Child. I was like, oh, it's like, hold on, wait. But
I'm really surprised I missed the Erykah Badu boat then, man. Wait, when did this album come out?
2000.
2000,
2000?
2000.
Man, it's iffy. Okay,
You know, the
yeah,
thing
no.
is, she probably was dating Common by that time because apparently her past partners is Andre Three Stacks, Common, the DOC, J Electronica.
Also, let's do a quick shout out to Common because, like, say what you want about Common. Look, man, his hit list, bro. His hit list kind of wild, bro. Like, yo, Common hit list kind of crazy, bro. Common dated Serena
Oh,
Williams and he hit Erykah
that hit
Badu.
list.
Yo, Common.
I was
You
trying to
know what
think of some
I'm
good
saying?
Common songs, and I was like, what hit list? Okay,
Hey,
yeah,
I
that
Yo,
makes sense.
that's not the type of hit list I was talking
go, go.
about. That's
Oh,
not the
but
type of
anyway,
hit list I was talking about.
You refuse to let me testify. Okay, I'm done. I'm sorry.
And knowing him,
sorry,
he probably hit Taraji too, but you didn't hear it from me. That's like,
shout out to
Yeah,
Common.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So, but yeah, I'll go and just go ahead. My three is just gonna be a quick one, two, three. Didn't you know? Kiss Me on My Neck. I really like. I
You
like the
know.
way that when she breaks stuff down. Like it is. That's a very fun song. I'm a little shocked that that hasn't been anyone else's
Free.
pick. And then Time's a Waster.
Nah, yeah.
What?
Go ahead.
Oh no, sorry, my fault. No, I was just like, no, I don't know, but since I'm coming into Erykah Badu without any knowledge of like a lot of her stuff, it's kind of like hearing what you guys are saying is like her songs, like her quote unquote like stuff and the things that I'm vibing to. Now, granted, that might just be because I really like D'Angelo and some of those like voodoo vibes kind of show up on this album. I'm like, ooh, this is kind of a crazy little beat. I've never heard. They're throwing instruments all willy nilly and everybody's just vibing out and doing some crazy stuff. So I really like
yes,
that
yes.
very much.
Much to your surprise, D'Angelo's
It's
not the only
wild.
person to use instruments on his album when he was
I
making
mean,
the
shout out to
original.
D'Angelo for
Like,
teaching everybody else about
let's
different
be clear.
instruments.
And let's be clear. That's no disrespect to D'Angelo, but like, because I get that's like the way that you are understanding Neo Soul is coming from the D'Angelo perspective, but it's one of those things where it's just like they were all like that. Like they were all like that. Like let me give you a little note. There's a person named Jill Scott,
I know
also
Jill
kind
Scott.
of the same too. She's really good. It's
We
just like,
Shout out to
didn't we already
Lupe
do
for
a
being
Jill
the
Scott
actual
album?
brain that Lupe
but yeah.
Fiasco brought a lot of people to a lot of people to Jill Scott.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the time's wasting. I'm gonna go ahead and before I start wasting more time, I'll pass it back on. Wouldn't you not like?
It's,
Wait, or
it's
is it
on
Kofi? It's not Cheddar.
cheddar.
My fault, Cheddar.
Uh,
Cheddar. We don't want to know what you like. Go and tell us what you did like.
okay, so hold on. Songs that I liked from this album, like some tops for me or whatever. Didn't you know? and On. Which actually, the first time I actually heard, well, On and On, because I don't think I've ever really listened to On and On. But the first time I heard it was like on a sample that like I think the Game did with some song he had with Kendrick on it. So then like it's somewhat familiar, but like I do like this new little twist. Bag Lady definitely goes up there. Green Eyes was one that I haven't heard anybody really say that I liked a lot. I did like Green Eyes a lot. That later, honestly, the last half of the album, like those last maybe one, two, three, four, the last five songs, I was really jigging with.
Didn't see that coming. Okay,
Yeah,
interesting.
In Love with You is probably top. Because I kind of, if you kind of exclude Didn't You Know and On for me, then In Love with You is probably top. Steve Marley kind of came in, did his thing. Did his best Bob impersonation because for half a second I thought I was gonna look at it and see it was a Bob feature, but it wasn't Bob.
Wait, hold on. Quick question. Did you have you heard On and On, like the original one
I
first?
have. I don't think I
That's
have. I might have, but I don't think so.
crazy. Hold on. When you go back and listen to it, it's gonna be crazy because if you like this one, you're gonna be like,
This
"Oh,
one's
this
better.
is exactly." You feel like she remixed the song that was already good, and the other song was good too. It's just like, Jesus
So
Christ.
I'll definitely get that one to listen after this, because I thought that was the original one until you said it was like, oh no, there's like another version. I was
Mhm.
like, okay, cool. But yeah, yeah, like I said, that last half, Bag Lady, Time's a Waste, and Green Eyes, Orange Moon. Uh, those are all songs that I went through and put a little star beside during my
That's
listen,
crazy.
man. They were fire. But yeah, I don't. I mean, we'll get to it when we get to low lights. But I really don't have a lot. We'll see when we get to it when we swing this train back around. But so Fulla, what were your major dislikes?
Uh, let's see. My bad. I started googling something else. Shoot. All right. So low lights. It's actually. Let me
When
be clear. Let me be
video.
clear. It's actually not that they're low lights. It's just that. So I because of who I'm married to, and also because I do like neo soul. I've listened to like I've heard a lot of neo soul. I've heard a lot of Erica Badu over the past decade or so. I'll say the thing with her music is, like I said before, it's either for you or it's not. And the thing with her is because she's so talented, it's not like the genre. It's not like you can't really use that to describe all of Erica Badu's music. You have to go listen to the songs and decide if that song is not for you, but you know it's not bad. So when it comes to like I really didn't like penitentiary philosophy. Really didn't like it. I didn't like Kiss Me on My Neck. I didn't like what was it? And I didn't like Green Eyes. Shout out to Victor Duplay. He's also like a neo soul ish type of guy. My wife loves him, so it's of course I've heard of him too. I've actually heard a lot of these people because of her, so it is what it is. But like once again, it's not because these songs are bad. It's just because like there are times where she gets very, very personal with her lyrics, and we all have artists that we listen to where when they get very, very personal, sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't, because it's like sometimes you can relate to it, sometimes you can't. And a lot of her music is aimed towards black women. Let's be very clear. Like most, most of neo soul is aimed towards black women, but with Erica Badu, it's like a very elevated, like spiritual essence type of thing. So it's like I know the song's good, I just don't vibe to it. And so those are the songs. But that's pretty much it. Once again, I gotta spin the block a little bit. Surprising why y'all said 82,000. It was a really good song. Like it was a really, really good song. Because sometimes with her
All right,
songs
my
can
low lights,
I
bro.
know I'm still going. I'm still cooking.
Hey,
Sometimes with her songs can like blend together. Like if you listen to a lot of Eric Badu, you'll hear a song and you're like, oh, this sounds like one or two other songs, not on the same album, but on different albums. And that's kind of what I experienced with this album. Is I was listening to it, and I was like, oh, this sounds. Oh, well, now I'm just listening to Eric Badu. I'm not really listening to the music. I'm just listening to Eric Badu. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and pass it on to
all right. So
Ford.
my low lights is
Okay,
I'm
my low light.
I'm, I'm I'm gonna go ahead and keep it consistent. And probably because I threw all of Erica Badu, all of D'Angelo together, and I come to realization that these niggas make some long ass songs.
Oh
Woo!
yeah. Oh damn.
It's nothing for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 minutes from these folks, and of course you got to break that song down. That's why I didn't really care for Green Eyes. I feel like the first part Green Eyes is just.
I'm mad. I just realized Green House is 10 minutes long.
Clean 10
But
minutes too.
but which can be a good and a bad. The fact that the songs do mesh so well together and they run so well together, you kind of get lost in the album. You don't really know. Like this is truly one of those. I know we say it often, but this is truly one of those albums where if you there's songs that you gonna like. So of course you know she hit when it came to the singles, but if you not paying attention, you ain't gonna know where you is on this album.
Yeah.
Next thing you know, it's over. It's going back to penitentiary philosophy. You're like, oh, I don't care for the song, but back. But then,
get me off this ride. Get me off this ride.
but then this, you know, comes right back around. You're like, all right, I'm back in it. I'm back in it. And sadly, we're just going to go ahead and take that away. That another flaw is that's only a 4-minute song. She could have made that one at least 6, 7.
That, yeah.
And
Oh.
I wish it was on and on, but I guess if you put the two together and make a 30-minute song, it'll probably be fine.
Oh, wait. I'm sorry. And on what? Finish your sentence. And on what?
I said I wish it was on and on.
Okay, so what's the problem?
But if you put the two together, it'll probably make a good 30-minute song.
I mean, on and on and on and on and on and on and on.
Okay, I see. I thought you were, trying to shit on it. I was like,
it's not the original.
It's not
the original song. That's me shitting on.
Touche.
But it was a dope little vibe, and I agree with you. If Kofi listened to On and On, he'll probably like that better than And On.
That's okay. So we gotta start pointing out. We should start live streaming some of this stuff. But it's just like it's kind of interesting to hear someone be like, "I've never," not just with this song. We've had other occurrences, but it's just like, "Oh man, I've never listened to this particular artist. One of their best songs. I'm coming from a different angle. Like for instance, listening to this album instead of Baduism, it's not a huge deal. But like, if you like this, you're gonna love Baduism. It's just like the shit just gets better. It's like being introduced to Kendrick from like Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers. Like, man, this guy can rap. It's like, nigga, boy can
I'm glad you're now into it because I got some more albums to show you.
Exactly. But go ahead, 40.
Oh, so I'll be honest. I think I was in the same boat as you where like a bottom 3 is very much shallow, right? Because they're like when you like an album, it's really like unfair to just be like I was just picking stuff and I was like, this I didn't really remember this song. I didn't really know if this was it, and I just picked another one. And then I listened to them before coming onto the podcast, and I'm like, nah, I'm fine.
Hey, go ahead.
Don't let them reveal my secrets of how I stay so flat. But no, man, I don't really have a negative on this album. It feels like I love the way that this album it gives you the sense that you're like in like a nighttime bar on like a Wednesday where like you're just taking a break from the week, and then Erykah Badu just like randomly shows up with a band, and you got like an hour just to go and sip on something. What?
The big ass hat on.
Yeah, with the big ass hat on. And like, who's? Oh, okay, it's Eric. Erykah's back. Get ready.
Erykah Badu's drip is crazy.
You just tell the barkeep, hey, give me like 3 more drinks.
I've seen her dressed like an MI5 agent and also dressed like an African voodoo doctor. So it's like you get a little bit of both worlds
in the same night.
Exactly, in the same night.
Yeah, like true 2000s like drip. It is. I would. Did her? What was her relationship with Missy Elliott? Because I would love to watch them just interact.
As far as I remember, they made 2 very different types of music. I don't know. Like I think they did. I think they did 1 or 2 songs together.
They had I think they did like tea Tuesdays every Tuesday. They'd hang out and like drink tea together and stuff like that. They were real tight, man. It was crazy.
Oh, I didn't know.
No, I'm sorry.
Wait, you mean?
I just made that up.
As I realized, I felt in my heart that there was a disturbance in the forest, man. I was just like, oh no, this is an instead about what is this, like a cheddar dud or something? It didn't go off. It didn't go off. It was fake. Oh man, but no. So I'm gonna just say like I didn't really have a bottom 3 this time because even the songs that like the interlude, right? Like you can go and just kind of like those like low hanging fruit. 51 seconds. I guess Green Eyes being 10 minutes is kind of a tough one. 82,000 the ones I chose is 82,000, Green Eyes, and Bag Lady. And then I listened to all three of them right before I got on the podcast. And I was like, I'm wrong. I'm wrong. I like all these songs.
Oh, really?
So,
Really fast. My bad. Hey, really fast. So,
Hey, bro, we done did really fast, like really 50 times, bro. Come on.
well, then consider this 51. So, hey, 40. They, Missy Elliott and Erykah Badu did do a song together. I'm mad I forgot about it. It was called Sock It To Me. It's actually pretty dope. But go ahead.
yeah, no, I have to know it's okay. But let me go and pass it to the cheddar. Young Moolah, baby.
I think my only,
Moolah.
well, like it kind of what Dub said. That kind of makes a lot of sense. It's like you don't really know where you were on this album. You kind of get lost in this album because, like I said, I didn't even realize Green House was 10 minutes long. I think I kind of faded in and out, and like there'd be a part that like partway through the song, I really liked it. I was like, oh, I like the song a lot, not realizing I've been listening to the same song 5 minutes ago. So it's easy to kind of get lost in this album and not know which track or which song you are. But that's my only main low light because even the interlude came in quick and fast, and I was like, oh, that must have been. I was like, I remember listening, thinking that must have been the interlude, but it came through so quick and fast. I can't have any problems with it, man.
It was pretty funky, and then the next song is Booty, and I can't put that on the low lights. You know, it's not possible. It's not a possible thing. Shout out to Windows Seat, much appreciated, Erykah Badu.
Wow. We just go, hey, the song of the week is Window Seat.
If you guys haven't heard,
Oh, man, you know what I'm saying? First time that video came on, like, hold on now. Hold on. We were like 18, 19. I'm like, hold on now. I was like, hey, yo. They said they shot that video live. They said they shot that video live and people weren't expecting it. I would have been like, caused a car wreck. Hold on. Rubberneck. It's like, shoot. Oh, what did Cat Williams say? I almost died. It's like, God damn.
Side
All
note,
right,
speaking
bro,
of Cat
so-
Williams, y'all should go check out One of Them Days. That show was funny. It was a funny movie. Good one.
All right, I might
oh really?
check it out.
Yeah. It was like a female version of Friday without feeling like it was trying to be Friday. If that makes any sense. So it's solid.
Shout
Do you think
out to-
Sis is the new Ice Cube?
We're not doing this. Anyway, moving on. So,
I heard Sis did a great job. I heard she did a great job.
I guess it's time for ratings now. I give this a very specific Erykah Badu scented A-. Now, here's why it's not an A or A+. Just compare to her other shit, bro. It's like there are other albums that she's made, so I'm not comparing her to other artists. I'm comparing her to her. There are other songs. I've seen her go on runs, like the whole album just cooking. And so it's like listening to this one, I was kind of like, oh yeah, this is why this one's not like those. Which means it's really, really good. It's just not on that level. I can't give this one an A+ when I've heard her A+. I've heard her A++, her legendary shit. So A-, solid album, solid listen. I'm gonna take like 3 or 4 away from this one with this album to keep them in the top. But yeah, I really appreciate Erykah Badu, man, because you know the window seat video. All right, it's on you. Also, she smashed Andre 3000, bro. Come on now, you know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna smash Outkast when they at their top and get a baby out of him? The boy's name is 7.
Would you put Smash and Andre on your list of goals?
You said what?
Would you put Smash and Andre on your bucket list of goals?
Here's the deal, DJ Academics. I don't want to participate in this, so I'm not gonna comment anymore.
Let's make the comment, man. She smashed Andre. Shut up.
But go ahead, man.
All right, wow. I give it.
The boy's name is 7.
I give it a Drizzy Drake also. Yeah, I mean, it was good. I enjoyed it, but I mean, there's still some stuff I can take away and change on it.
They're moving, they're burning incense right now. Look at all that smoke. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Hey,
that's what Erykah Badu do.
This one been burning the whole time. This one ain't right? Hey, this 45.
Also, woo for your health. I don't think you should be that close to an incense. He's taking an incense straight to the dome. Yo, God he really has been listening to nothing but Eric about it.
I'm new to it. But yeah, I mean that first part of Green Eye that killed me. I ain't gonna hold you.
All right.
But
All
but
right.
yeah, you know, I enjoyed the classics. It was good to deep dive into the genre this week. So I mean, I still got some stuff to finish listening up to before we carry on next week with whatever Cheddar is gonna offer us. But 40, what you give it?
Oh, so because it's my first time in Eric, like I was gonna say first time in Erica Badu. I shouldn't say
Hey,
that.
yo, hold on, man. Hey, yo, hold on, man.
Become part of the partners of the list of the many
40, she's
partners.
more than just her body.
Hey, hey, Justin's gonna start dressing funny.
You're like, oh no, I don't know.
I was like,
He's getting mad.
is 40 wearing a dashiki?
No, I'll be coming
In
in
a
with a
loincloth?
full astronaut getup, fucking coming with my whole space suit coming out here. No, I'm gonna give this an A+, man.
Speaking of,
Like,
wait, speaking of which, I just remembered because Fuller, you were here last week, but this guy 40 came out in an MF Doom mask for half of the pod for half of the episode.
Wait.
You
Let's
weren't
be
here to
clear.
stop
Let's
it.
be clear. I may not have watched the whole episode. I saw enough to be
you
ashamed.
saw,
I saw enough to be ashamed of. This is a shot at 40. Saw enough to be ashamed of a guy who really don't even fuck with MF Doom like that. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it right now.
all right. I said, are you done? Doom Mask comes back out. That's an A+, buddy. I'm giving this one a whole A+.
A plus.
You know, this is one of those albums that's like, it's a great example of just music. It feels like, as I said, it's just you're sipping something nice, you're enjoying your time, you're having a great time, you're just fucking vibing out and shit. And I liked it. I've listened to this album multiple times, and normally a lot of times when I encounter new albums, they're so abrasive that I just can't, you know, like it's such a style that you didn't expect. Whereas for this one, it was just so inviting. And there's always a song that you'll like because that's like my first time ever really encountering Erykah Badu like this. It's one of those things where it's like every song that pulls me in as I go back through and I listen again, I'll see a new song that I start to see the qualities and what makes it good, which is what you kind of want from an album in the first place, because that means that this has a lot of replayability. There isn't anything that I can take off this album, and I'm not going to be overly critical about the spots where I'm just like, oh, I don't get it because she's singing to a very specific demographic at times, or she's talking about things that are pertaining to her that don't pertain to me. So there's certain things where I would normally be like, this doesn't matter, but you can tell that she's putting her heart and soul
I hate
into
when people kiss me on my neck.
it.
So I hate this song.
But like so I will say, like, this is definitely an A+ album. This is probably my favorite album I've encountered currently, and that took like I think a couple spots, but it's one of the only ones where like as soon as I heard certain songs, I'm just adding them to the list, like the playlist. There's gonna be probably more songs added to the playlist, just the album itself being on rotation. So this is definitely like that album that I've been most impressed with through the album review club. So I'm gonna go ahead and pass that off to Peter.
Yeah, I will say, this is how I think I was supposed to feel after listening to Lauren Hill's album. Like I feel like this is the way I was supposed to appreciate that album, which I didn't appreciate it that much. But like this, I appreciate it. I enjoyed it a lot. I see why Erykah Badu would be considered a classic artist. I understand the incitement.
You know what's crazy? Wait, hold on, I gotta say one thing. You know what's crazy? That makes perfect sense if you've never listened to either one of them. You could look at their aesthetic and be like, oh, they make the same music. And it's just like, it's close. But if you go into thinking, oh, I'm about to listen to some good old fashioned black music to
Yeah,
a Lauryn Hill album, it's like, it's definitely black, but so what do you think?
yeah.
Is that what you're
This
about to
this
see?
is
This
this
is
is
not
what
what
this is
you're going
more
to be
so what I was
okay.
expecting when I listened to that, and I was told that the album was going to be like a great classic. This is what I was expecting, and Erykah Badu delivered.
All
So
right.
I'd have to give her a solid. I'll put a solid A. Yeah.
You guys are making it really hard because I, for months, have told someone that we ain't doing none of her fucking albums. And as soon as she suggests one, everybody apparently likes it. And I gotta hear this for the next couple of weeks. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Hey,
Like, but go ahead.
shout out to our
Yeah, pretty much it, man.
viewer.
Okay, that's I'm the last one. So we got what? Two A minors, an A, and an A plus.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's good.
So,
That's stamped. All right. What's the plan? What's the plan for next week,
so
man? What got it?
like we said, it's February's coming up. It's the month of
For
love.
the
Yeah.
fucking.
So yeah, man, R&B all month long, you know what I mean? Keep it
Can we
right, keep it
guess?
real.
We just said love music. We ain't say
Love
we
music.
said
You don't have
Love
to be
music, that's right. So
R&B.
if you find country, if you find pop, if you find whatever you find lovely, loving, that's what we're doing this month. So I mean, listen, I know you got 7 days. You don't got to take 7 days if you don't need to. It doesn't have
so
to be at least
so
one of these, huh?
we are gonna do that. We gonna do all 30, 58 songs.
No, no, no. Oh, no. This is not what we're doing.
Oh, let's be
So
clear.
you got
If that was a serious recommendation, I just wouldn't listen. I would just show up
no,
next
it
week
would
and be like, I didn't listen.
okay. Because what they're talking about is because I talked about maybe doing Chris Brown's Indigo album, but I was only gonna do one disc because the whole album's like 42 songs or something like that. One disc is like 16 songs. Anyway, I'm not doing that. I want you to take at least one day this week. You know what I'm saying? Invite these guys into your room. These two.
Hey, yo, whoa. Hey, yo, we just can't get
Take
through one
things
pod
real
with you, can
slow.
we? Can we, Cheddar? We just can't do one pod with you, huh?
Just take things extra slow, and I would like to invite you guys to an
Hey,
evening.
you guys, yo.
This is get out of
Anyway,
control. Shut up.
as I
We're
was
about to
gonna
get
say,
an NT
I
album.
would like to invite
I hope Cam
y'all
and
out
Mace
there.
never see this.
Those of y'all out there listening, I'd like to invite you to an evening with Silk Sonic. That's the name of the album. Silk Sonic, aka Bruno Mars and Anderson Paak. The name of the album, like I said, an
All right,
evening with Silk Sonic.
all right.
So.
I'm gonna go ahead and put my rating in already. Cause
You know what I'm saying? We out here smoking out the window, you know what I'm saying? Skate to my Lou. I can't think of any other names off the album right now. But anyway, we'll have a lovely week, I suppose. Just spend one evening with Silk Sonic. Just one. At least one.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man.
man, I'm so glad this is basically a bye week for me.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Ain't
I
it?
don't really like it,
This
man.
ain't it, man. I'm just gonna be honest
Hey.
with you, bro. And I'm gonna give you a very unique perspective. It's not because I don't like Bruno Mars.
I
I
love
actually like Bruno
Bruno
Mars.
Mars. I
It's not
love it,
because it's not because I don't like Anderson Paak.
but I like
I
to
love Anderson Paak.
separate. I don't like that when they try to do everybody else.
Them niggas got together and then try to get into a time machine and go back to the 70s and 80s. And it's
And
like,
it
it
was
ain't work.
fire.
It ain't work.
It was
It
fire.
ain't work.
Which is crazy because I don't listen to a lot of old school
The
music
whole
like
album
that. But I
should have
love
just
the
been
old
Bootsy
school sound that
Collins.
they brought.
Fire.
The whole album should have just been Bootsy Collins.
No, I-
They talk
You
about
know,
Bootsy Collins all over the album. They actually talk about Bootsy Collins all over the album.
I mean, that's
man, I'm gonna
Lucy Collins. Put some respect.
go ahead and put my rating in A plus classic.
Okay, so I've been saving this card, ladies and gentlemen, that I was going to play, where we have an album that is actually good, but the hater inside of me takes over. This is the week. I'm gonna play the hater card. I'm gonna find reasons over the next 7 days to give this album
Hey,
an
it's
F.
just
It's just like I'm
man.
going to do a deep. I'm gonna use Lou's favorite word. I'm gonna do a deep dive and try to find out all of the worst parts of this album and find the worst reviews of everybody who hated it. And that's gonna be all my comments the entire review club.
I will say we almost got 24 karat magic, and then Silk Sonic came on my shuffle, and I was like, you know what? I never really did a deep enough dive on this album. Let me take a listen. I was like, oh no, we're doing this. We're doing this.
It's definitely not bad. Let's be clear. It's definitely not bad, but I gotta hate on it. Look, man. Look, sometimes
Is
you
this
got.
actually a love
I come from a
album though?
long line of haters. All right,
Oh yeah,
going
there's
back
definitely
to
some
the
love songs
15,
on there.
1400s. You said what?
He asked if it was love album, and I said there's definitely some love songs on there.
Okay.
Isn't the whole thing?
I didn't want to say it, but I mean, I figured at the very least, there's one.
You know,
If not the whole thing.
really been coming across Anderson Paak, and the only reason why is because I started watching old XXL Cipher videos,
Oh,
and there's one with
that
Designer,
cipher was
Lil Dicky.
terrible. That cipher
Yeah,
was so
Wait,
bad.
wait.
That
What'd you just
cipher
say?
was so bad. Huh?
What'd you just say?
I was watching old school XXL freshman ciphers.
No.
And
What did you say about Anderson .Paak?
Well, it's because I randomly was like, man, I thought Anderson .Paak was good, and then I listened to that cipher with Designer, Anderson .Paak, and Lil Dicky, and I was like, Anderson .Paak, I thought you were a rapper. What is this?
To be honest, I think he's more of a drummer,
No.
or he's more of a band player than anything.
No,
Yeah.
all of this is wrong. The whole thing is wrong. Anderson .Paak is like, he's one of the few people that you can just look at and be like, he's just a musician.
Yeah.
Yes, he can play music.
He's a
Yes,
rapper.
he can sing. Yes, he can rap. Yes, he produces records for other people. Like, he's just one of those guys. He's like, I don't really know of another like an analogous person, because this is not even his only supergroup. He got like 4.
Yeah.
This is like, shoot. He has one with Knowledge, which I'm not gonna go into depth about that right now, but he got one with Knowledge, where it's insane, and his albums by themselves are insane quality, like some of the highest quality albums I've heard over the past 15 years. So yeah, except for that song he did with Andre 3000, it was garbage.
Yeah, come on, it was terrible.
Gotta blame Andre, man. You gotta blame Andre. Whoops in his hungry, dog.
Well, there you have it. You have a A+ classic album coming up. And this is the closure of Mama's Gun by Erykah Badu. Anybody got?
Oh, on and on and on and on.
Yeah.
See, you know what? Y'all need to go back and listen to the original. Y'all would have been able to finish the line if y'all had heard the original. You know what? All right, bro. I'm out.
You check out
I'm
that.
out.
Check out that song with Game and Kendrick, because that sample they use it. They do rip up that song, man. It's fire. It's from the documentary too. It's fire.
Low key underrated album, but I'm out.
Hey.
All right.